Okay, this video will overview changes that have happened over the past month or so since the original 3.5 update. Some of this is already live, some of it will be going live soon. The biggest change is probably pinch to zoom, so now you can get closer to the sheet, although a lot of interface elements will stay the same. The diagram and shot results and that kind of stuff will obviously change. So this should make it easier to show attack results to your neighbors, or if you're having trouble toggle a specific weapon, it'll make those buttons a little bit easier to touch. Part of this includes a change this past month around crits. So instead of touching the header and then dragging down to the crit, you can just touch the critical slot and then drag over to crit to break it or to fix it. Related to that, ammo bin linking has also been added this past month, though it's been changed a little bit recently. Right now, if you touch a gun, it will highlight what bin it's pulling from or what bin it's linked to. If you want to use another bin or a different bin, you can touch that bin and slide over to link. If there are multiple weapons that can use that bin, you'll need to touch which one. If you would like to link it to multiple, link it to multiple weapons, you'll need to do that, twice or however many times. All right. Another thing that changed probably a while ago is how incoming damage is applied. I guess it's, it follows the rules still, but it's timed out a little bit. So it makes it just a little bit easier to kind of see kind of what's happened. The other thing that's changed more recently is the kind of log of events is now hidden by default. And not only is it hidden, it's also more verbose. So here we have a listing of, and actually just scroll down a little bit. Here we have a listing of the incoming weapons, which start with this large laser, and it hits the location and hits the damaged right torso, so on and so forth. And then we kind of have this cascade of events that happen when it looks like this large laser hit us in the right rear, and it went internal and got a crit and hit the ammo, which caused wounds and ejection and a 100-point ammo explosion, yada 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 yada. So the crit log is now much more verbose, but it's also hidden by default. So essentially what we have here is data that has both a kind of spatial dimension to it, where's the red at essentially, but then it also kind of has a chronological or time-based dimension to it. So if you need to, you can kind of jump back and forth between looking at things that way. Other things will go into that log, like pilot safety checks, there you go, so on and so forth. If we jump over to the dashi, we can see more of this business. So, heats up, and maybe there's a failed an ammo explosion roll. And if we look at the log, we can kind of see exactly what happened there. That button should be gone. That's a bug. Again, not everything is quite live yet, but soon. And the last thing I think is, oh no, let's pull out another Akuma here. The last thing is streak SRMs. So for a while now, if you hit with a streak, it would hit with all the missiles, which is how it works. But now if you miss, I should say, if you miss, they won't fire, which will conserve ammo kind of as you would expect. So here the streak SRM 6 didn't fire. We still got 15 rounds left in that bin. Of course, if you kind of adjust your numbers, causing it to either hit or miss, then your ammo will kind of update with that